You're a nickname guy. What's
Yep.
your favorite nickname, Wayno or Uncle Charlie?
Well, I think Wayno's is the more endearing one. Uncle Charlie is what people call me. That have followed my career for a long time, and I appreciate that. But Wayno's the thing that everyone calls me. So, I mean, if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Wayno. But
And where'd Wayno come from?
my very first locker next door neighbor in Cardinals spring training was Alan Bennis, and Alan asked me if I had a nickname, and I said no, because in the Braves system they called me Wayne, and I couldn't stand it. So I told him no. And so he goes, all right, cool. And he's like, hey, everybody meet Wayno. And I was Wayno ever since.
Wayne to Wayno. I love that.
Yeah, that Wayne was not it.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your favorite venue, country music venue? I just need, and then that's going to lead into my question.
Well,
Red Rocks, where would you rather play if you had to choose any venue?
I mean, I got to play the Grand Ole Opry a couple of weeks ago and standing in a circle. I just have to be reverent to that circle at first. I'll say something else afterwards, but standing in that circle where George Jones stood at, and Garth Brooks and Clint Black and Vince Gill and George Strait stood in that circle, and I'm standing in that circle, and
Sure.
Willie Nelson and all these legends. That's about as cool as it gets, and so I had to say that first. But I would love to do a big show in my hometown, big show, once this thing gets big enough. And
Which would be where? What's the venue?
St. Simon's Island, Georgia, or Brunswick, Georgia. I would love to blow out do something really cool for charity down there where I live.
Okay, perfect. So this leads to my question. Today, now you can do both of them today.
Okay.
Would you rather throw a perfect game
Mm-hmm.
or do a sold-out show back in your hometown?
I'd rather throw a perfect game.
I knew it, my dog. I knew it.
I'd rather throw a perfect game in, because you know what?
Did you ever come close to doing it?
I threw a couple of one-hitters. I did. I threw the two closest I ever had. My teammates broke it up. Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado.
Mm-hmm.
I played. This was 2013. We were playing against the Rockies. The Rockies had a really good offense at the time. The day before, a guy named Shelby Miller pitched, and Shelby gave up a hit to lead off the game.
Sorry.
He gave up a hit to lead off the game, and then he got 27 straight outs. So he had a perfect game after the one out. And then I pitched the very next day, and I went 7 2/3. So I went into the 8th inning with 2 outs, with a perfect game, and I gave up a hit to Nolan Arenado, and that was the only thing I gave up. But I just wanted that so long.
Yeah.
I've only wanted a sold out crowd for a couple of years now. I never knew that was a possibility, but I've been wanting a perfect game
For a long time.
since I was 3 years old.
Yeah, I feel that. Okay, so now, as the retired baseball player, National League Championship, St. Louis Cardinals are facing the Atlanta Braves. You're on the couch, you're hanging out, doing what you do. Who are you rooting for?
Now?
Yeah, right now.
Oh, I'm a Cardinal.
Yeah, okay. So you grew up Braves fan, you got to be with the boys.
Oh yeah. No. We don't root it for anybody else besides the Cardinals, man. That's once you go to I played against the Cardinal or the Braves several times in the postseason. Once you battle against a team, you can't root for that team.
For sure. Okay.
You can't root for that team. But man, you're like, did I wear my Cardinals drawers today? No, I didn't wear my Cardinals underwear today. I got a few. I'm Cardinal, man. From
Cardinals underwear, is that a thing? Was that do you really have Cardinals underwear?
I really have Cardinals underwear.
Oh wow! So you are all in.
I'm all in, yeah. And I wore one a pair last year to the field, and there's no boundaries in a major league clubhouse. You're naked with these guys in the shower all the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
I don't know why they don't make stalls in the showers for baseball players, but they don't. Everybody's in there, and I was wearing my Cardinals drawers one day, and one of my teammates looked at me and goes, "That is the most Wayno thing that I've ever seen." Cause they know, I'm such a homer, man. The hardest thing for me is when I'm on a broadcast and I'm calling a Cardinal game to not be biased, and so I really work at that because I know that's a job I do now, and so I have to be fair to these fans. So I have to call it as I see it, but it's It's hard not to because I have just a deep love for the St. Louis Cardinals.